Welcome to Ready Golf, brought to you by Better and Green, where me and Ethan break down the week's tournament in the PGA as quick as we can. We give out two outrights, we give out a top 20, a miscellaneous pick, and a dogleg parlay. And it's a great time to hop on now because a dogleg parlay has won 2 consecutive weeks. We are 2-0 in our dogleg parlay. Week 1 hitting a 420 bet, plus 420, and last week we hit a plus 197 dogleg parlay with Jason Day are tied for 30 and Scotty tied for 5th in our leg. So excited to continue our momentum there. Have yet to hit an outright, but that's going to come few and far between. But maybe this is the week. We have the Genesis Open. This is a signature event, but it does have a cut. It's one of 3 signature events with a cut. It is a short field, the top 50 normal cut, but I think there's only like 60 something golfers. So not that drastic of a cut, but Ethan, welcome. How are you feeling about the Genesis? And I'll send it to you for your first outright pick of the bet.
Yeah, not feeling as good about the Genesis as I was Pebble Beach and Waste Management, but yeah, had a nice weekend at Pebble Beach. Hit a few bets that we gave out on the show that I actually placed, and looking to do the same here. But we'll start with the outrights. Again, we have Scotty Scheffler playing, so he's just like 3-1 to win the tournament. Not going to give him out. Going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to look at Hideki Matsuyama at 22-1 here to win outright. Good current form. He tied for 13th at the Sony, 11th at the Farmers, 2nd at Waste Management, 8th at Pebble. So there's 4 straight top 11 finishes. His history here, he won back in 2024, tied for 13th in 2025. So he has good course history, good current form. Strokes gained, he's 8th, total strokes gained, tee to green 13th, approach 7th, putting 51st. So if he can get hot with the putter, which, that tends to be, you're either hot with it or you're not, and it can vary weekend to weekend. If he can get hot with that putter, I expect him to stay within contention. I know there is a win without. I would maybe look at that, see what the odds are for Hideki or any outright that you're looking at. I just get the feeling Scotty might do it this weekend. So maybe check with win without Scotty for Hideki, but I like Hideki outright 22-1.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a reoccurring theme here where Scotty is just almost unbettable. If it has been anything like the last 2 weeks, you might as well just wait till after round 1 and take Scotty at least at 10-1 odds. I actually got him live last week at Pebble Beach at 30-1, and he comes tied for 4th with a epic Sunday clawback. But yeah, we're not going to give him out a majority of the time here just because the value is just not there opening the round. I am going to take, however, the second odds on favorite here. That is Rory McIlroy. I'm taking him up plus 1,300. This is a course. Last week we saw a driver not really mean much. There's a lot of approach play on small greens, around the green play, and obviously putting this the Riviera Country Club at the Genesis Invitational was a lot more requiring you to do well off the tee, accurate drives, long drives, and that's Rory's spiel there. He's in the last 3 years at Riviera has got 4th place, 5th place, 10th place. But this is a tournament that Rory hasn't figured out, Scotty hasn't figured out, and Tiger has not figured out. And I think this is like Tiger's kind of thing. I think he's a Genesis sponsor. But no wins out of those big 3 there. Obviously, Tiger's been irrelevant for a couple of years now. But, I think Rory's kind of due. And I know it's weird to say, and you can't win every single tournament on tour, but I think that's kind of what Rory's kind of going to do here the last, 1/3 of his career. Just try to find these signature events, these historic events, historic courses, and try to get wins where he just hasn't got it before. He's, like I said, teased here with the 4th, 5th, and 10th, has not won it. But I think it's a good setup for him. I liked how he played last week on a course that just wasn't a great fit for him. This is a much better fit, so I will take a small shot here at Rory McIlroy to win it all, plus 1,300. I'll continue here with my long shot odds. Again, these odds are kind of guys outside the top 15, outside the top 20. I'm going to take a shot on Victor Hovland. I hate that play, but he's plus 4,200. He's done fantastic here at Riviera. His last 4 finishes here was a 5th place, 4th place, 20th place, and 19th place. So has been inside the top 20 for 4 consecutive years at Riviera. Not a great performance last week. Tied for 58th at Pebble. Almost dead nuts last there. Just I'm going to trust that his driving can help him here, and hopefully he can make some big putts here. But I do like Javi. and you might hear him pop back up later in the show here for me. But I do like him to win it all plus 4,200. How about you, Ethan?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll mention this later in the show, but did see that he missed the cut here last year, but I think before that had 4 straight top 20s, I believe.
Yeah,
So
and
good course.
last year there was wildfires at near this course. They actually played at Torrey Pines, one of the
That's right.
toughest courses on tour.
That's right. Yep, good call. For my outright or long shot outright here, I'm going to take a stab at Shane Lowry at 70-1. Just think the odds are crazy. We saw Lowry finish 2025 really strong. His first event was last week at Pebble, finished tied for 8th. So came out of the gates, really picking up where he left off. His strokes gained, he's 11th total strokes gained, 30th tee to green, 15th approach, 18th putting. So right up there, has good numbers, a lot of carryover from last year. His history here, he tied for 14th at 2023, tied for 39th 2025, as you mentioned, a different course in 2025. So I mean, not maybe the best course history here, but 70-1 on a guy that's just been playing really well. He got his first tournament out of the way last week and finished tied for 8th. So 70-1 just seems like a really nice price on Lowry.
Yeah, can't pass that one up. He seems like he's always in it at the end, at least recently. Moving on to my top 20 pick. My dogleg parlay is actually a top 20 pick, and it's my favorite top 20, but I want to keep our dogleg streak alive. So I'm going to go a different avenue here. But if you want a different top 20, just wait for my dogleg. I like that one a little bit more. But my top 20 pick, I'm going to go Harris English here. He has three top 12 finishes at Riviera, a 7th, a 12th, and 10th. Top 20, the odds for that are plus 130 over at DraftKings. This season has not gotten to the top 20s yet, but has been within the top 30 every single or all 4 of his tournament starts, 27, 22, 28, and 24th place finishes this year. Just a really good course for him. He's a really good putter, and putting from distance is going to be a key stat here. So I do like Harris English as my top 20, but my favorite top 20 will be my leg in the dog leg parlay.
Yeah, the rest of the way I'm going to have kind of be a broken record here, but I'm going right back to Jake Knapp. Plus 106. If they're going to keep giving a decent price on Knapp, I'm going to keep riding as long as he keeps cashing. So I'll just give you the quick updated numbers, but I've talked about this every single week. Tied for 11th at the Sony, 5th at Farmers, 8th at Waste Management, 8th at Pebble. His updated strokes gained, he progressed in all 4, 3rd in total strokes gained, 19th tee to green, 63rd approach, 13th putting. Just a guy that I'm just going to keep riding until he stumbles for probably 2 consecutive tournaments, but just can't pass up another top 20 at plus odds on Jake Knapp, who's just been doing it all year.
Yeah, riding guys sounds like my Friday night, but yeah, I got to stay with the hot hand there. I like it. I was a little skeptical of your pick of him last week, and I mean, he was right into the end there. So he's playing one of the best golf on tour this year. So I like that quite a bit. I'll send it right back to you for your miscellaneous bet. This again, for our viewers, can just be anything you see here. Sometimes I do make or miss cut. It's just not a great option this week, but sometimes tournament matchups, hole-in-one matchups, stuff like that. But what do you got for your miscellaneous bet?
Yeah, so the first 2 shows that we filmed, I knew I wanted to fade Xander. This week, I didn't necessarily. I dug and dug and dug, and that's still where I just ended up. So I'm thinking Tommy Fleetwood in a head-to-head over Xander, minus 115. And I don't love this one quite as much because we did see Xander actually play pretty well this past weekend at Pebble Beach. But basically, Fleetwood just played in his first tournament at Pebble. He tied for 4th. His history here, he tied for 20th in 2023, 10th in 2024, 5th in 2025. So consecutively getting better and better. His stroke gains numbers, all of them, total tee to green, approach putting, all better than Xander right now. And then we'll just quick go over Xander. You know, he missed the cut at the Farmers, tied for 41st at Waste Management, tied for 19th at Pebble. So he is progressively getting better. And that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to fade him here, because I do think he's getting back into form. His numbers at the Genesis, he tied for 15th in 2021, 13th in 2022, 33rd 2023, 4th in 2024, did not play in 2025. But again, kind of just on the premise that Schauffele is priced as the 3rd best golfer in the field, and I do think he's getting closer to being that, but as of right now, just not quite sure if he is. Fleetwood definitely could be. So it's kind of just, you know, another fade on Xander, but I don't want to keep doing this week after week because I do think Xander is progressing and getting back to his the form that we're used to seeing him in.
Yeah, I'm going to stay right there with you with the tournament matchup here. I don't usually like to do this, but I got a hunch on Colin Morikawa. I know he just won it last week, but it was his first win since 2023. So maybe it was just a sigh of relief to finally get that that tournament win. So I'm hoping that he continues that momentum. Again, I hate taking the guy who won last week, but I think Colin's going to continue to stripe it pretty well this week. So I'm going to take him head to head over Henley here. Henley was a great matchup. Russell Henley was a great matchup or a great course fit last week and just did not do what I thought he was going to do. This is not a good course fit for him. It's longer, requires much more accuracy off the drive. And I just like Morikawa with his approach shot play last week. His putting was actually, it was like his first round in first positive putting tournament in like the last 4 or 5 appearances. So again, I don't love it, but I do think he's going to continue the hot hand. That is plus 100 for Colin Morikawa over Russell Henley in a tournament head-to-head matchup. And that brings us to our dogleg parlay here. I'll start. Again, this is my favorite top 20 pick. I know I gave out Harris English for my top 20, but my favorite top 20 pick and my leg in the dogleg parlay is going to be Patrick Cantlay, top 20. He has destroyed this golf course historically. In his 7 starts, he has 6 top 20 finishes. The one time he got outside the top 20, finished 33rd. But he has 2 4th-place finishes, a 3rd-place finish, a 15th-place finish, and a 17th-place finish. 2 15th-place finishes. So this guy has killed this course. It seems like he's not a fun guy to root for at all. I really don't like Patrick Cantlay. He plays extremely slow. He looks funny. But I think this is a great course fit, and I really like his top 20, especially based off of his history at this course. So again, my dogleg parlay, Patrick Cantlay, top 20, minus 104.
Yeah, before I give out my dog leg, Morikawa was my second choice for that miscellaneous bet against Henley as well. So I really like that. I feel the exact same way that I'm not looking to back the guy that just won. But everything I looked into, and I get the feeling too that will build momentum in Morikawa since it has been so long since he won. So I totally agree with that. I think it's a very good play. My dog leg, rinse and repeat, and I hate to do it, but I'm going back to Scheffler, top 5. Including ties. Again, I do think Scheffler could win this tournament. Well, obviously, Scheffler could win this tournament, but I just get the feeling he's going to this week. Minus 144, so we're getting 10 cents better of a price than what we got last week. If he doesn't start completely terribly like he has the last 2 weeks, this should be a shoe-in. So, and even if he does start terrible, he's obviously clawed his way back back-to-back weekends now. So, Scheffler, parlay leg, top 5, including ties, minus 144.
I'm not sure if it includes ties on DraftKings, but he's minus 122 top 5 DraftKings.
Really?
So I got that parlay with the DraftKings odds. Again, make sure these do include ties. You don't want to do the dead heat crap. I know DraftKings, I'm pretty sure it does ties, but I could be mistaken. Maybe it doesn't. But that parlay comes out to plus 256 for a third dogleg parlay in a row is on the line here. But do you have anything to add before we sign off here for the Genesis?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, let us know who you guys have winning this tournament. And let us know if you want more of this content. We're going to continue pumping it out. We're not sure if you guys are enjoying it or not. If you do, please give us a like and think about subscribing to our channel over here on YouTube at Better in Green. Greatly helps us continue to do this. But until then, guys, good luck this weekend or this, kind of weekend, extended weekend in the tournament. And until then, guys, we'll see you for our next one for Ready Golf, brought to you by Better in Green.
Welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listening and cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better in Green.